I gotta get straight to the point here, no beating around the bush. Gotta be honest, Camila Cabello, not a good singer. And that's okay, you don't need to be. Honestly, sometimes that can be a fault to you where you're just, like pristine as a singer, but you have nothing else to bring to the table. But as a vocalist, I think you need to recognize your strengths and use them to your best abilities. And I just don't think she has really so far. I personally think she's at her best when she's just playing it cool, not taking it too seriously, kind of slick, laid back, just like she was on the song Havana, was easily the best thing she's done to date. And I just feel like she hasn't really utilized that really since then. Aside from that one track on here that is literally just Havana again with DaBaby replacing Young Thug. Like, it's so blatant, you could sing Havana over that instrumental. Honestly, do it and it fits. And somehow it's just less catchy and less engaging as a song. DaBaby's just phoning in his verse, just like I feel like he's been doing really for way too long now. At least Thugger could bring something differently to the table on Havana, even if it's not like his best verse or anything close to his best work. But it showed that he could kind of bring something else to a song that really needed something different. DaBaby's just here to do DaBaby again. As for the rest of this album though, it just kind of wavers in and out of really watered down Latin pop to just really watered down pop. Like, there are so many sterile tracks on here that I just don't think really offer anything unique at all, and I think it's honestly just gonna show us in the future that Camila will fade out. What is she bringing to the table with tracks like Easy or This Love? Like, these are tracks that are just piano pop based without the vocals to match it. Like, it is really just alarming how whoever helped write these songs with her chose these songs. Like, I'm just surprised. They're generic with the lyrical subject matter, just about general relationships, just hitting every cliche you possibly could there. And again, vocally, Camila is not shining through to bring the emotion to these tracks. Like, you would give these tracks to Alicia Keys, if anything, because you know that she would bring it even if the songs themselves weren't amazing, but the vocals are there to match what you're supposed to be getting. And then there's the other tracks on here though, where she just goes way off the rails with the freaking falsetto thing that she does, and it is so screechy and annoying. It's everything bad about what made Never Be the Same the awful song that it is. I mean, that was a popular song to be fair, but I didn't know a single person that liked that song. Like, literally, I did not know one person anywhere that liked it. Everyone just thought it sounded awful because her voice was just awful. But right out the gate, we get that same thing again on Living Proof with those awful vocals and the freaking lyrics where she says, if you show me your demons, I'll show you mine, or whatever. Jesus Christ. It's so phoned in as well. Like, you just know that these are just there to appeal to young audiences who are in conflicting times with, puberty and growing up. Like, it's just so fake. You can just smell it from a mile away. And I can't even smell. This doesn't even work. Bad Kind of Butterflies though is even worse with the falsetto. Jesus Christ. It is just unbearable. I think this track is just not performed at all very well anywhere. The vocals may as well just not be there, because they shouldn't even be there in the first place. It's just, ugh. You've got a track like Liar though, where I feel like this is one of the few tracks where she fully plays to her strengths with the music, because it's just throwing it back to that like Nelly Furtado, Shakira type of era where, they were just kind of going for that combination of different styles that really brought a really nice flavour to pop music. Not a bad tune at all. I'd take more of this, even if it means that it's, again, a watered down version of some of the best elements of that genre and that style, sure, but I'd take more of this. Señorita is a confusing track to me, or from the beginning I was confused as to what people were loving about this song, and it's actually gotten worse over time for me. It's not terrible, but it's very mediocre. Like, the chemistry between Sean and Camila should be way tighter and way more authentic than it ends up being, but it just honestly sounds like two people decided to collaborate. You wouldn't think these two were in a relationship based off of this song, like you really would not. The way Camila overpowers Sean on the chorus is just so poorly like mixed. I just wonder why Sean is even there, to be honest. It may as well have just been her song. Especially when you consider the fact that when she says, I love it when you call me Señorita, he says that too. And I'm just like, why is he saying that? Like, he should be saying, I love it when I call you Señorita. That he should say that while she's saying, I love it when you call me Señorita. It's so basic, and yet he doesn't do it. What was their reason behind this? So weird. This song is just made for gossip magazines and, you know, gossip news sites that want to hype up relationships between two celebrities. It's literally just that in the song version. There is no reason why this song really needed to happen. Again, she could have just recorded this on her own. He could have done his own ballad about her. I think that would have been nice, like something like that where they have like a back and forth between each other, because they just don't sing well together, so this song is just not worth it at all. And yeah, I know I'm talking a lot about the singing on this album, but honestly the songs themselves are really often quite weak. Like the choruses barely stick with me at all. Like I can't really recall many of the choruses. I can only really recall Señorita just because I've heard it so much on the radio and shit. And Liar as well, I thought it was a catchy track, but yeah, like everything else is in one ear out the other straight away. Completely forgettable. I don't know if this is going to stick with a lot of people aside from her already fairly big fan base, but I don't know, I think they could get bored of her pretty quickly after this. It's as run of the mill as it can possibly get. 4 out of 10 from me, nothing worthwhile on this at all. I'm sure it's not even the worst thing to drop this week though. I mean, we had a Chainsmokers album and a Liam Payne album on the same day. Like, I don't even know if I dare touch those ones, to be honest. So, I think you can do much worse than Camila Cabello. That's what I'm trying to say here. But you can also do way better, man. Come on, there's loads of good pop music out there that doesn't get attention. Dig deeper. Thank you for watching the review. Hope you have a good day. Subscribe.